A man who was set on fire is rushed to the hospital and dies.
As CBS 13's Rachel Wolf tells us, 3 people are in custody tonight being questioned for this crime.
53 surgeries and counting. That's what it's taken to keep a burn survivor alive.
The unthinkable. It all looked like a horrible accident. But as the days and months wore on, something else was about to emerge.
Come on, we gotta do this thing.
I'm working.
Come on now.
How did you meet Eli?
All right. So, I met Eli through Garrett, one of my buddies from high school. Most of my first interactions with him was at Sunday school in Cleveland. And then after that, we started hanging out at Garrett's and doing all sorts of fun stuff out there.
I met Eli when I did his initial PC deployment at work when he was an intern. Well, actually, I think that I did his deployment when he was hired on, but not when he was an intern. And the weirdest thing is, looking back, with the memory I have now and the knowledge of Eli that I have, the weirdest part is looking back and acknowledging just how quiet he was during that whole deployment process. A room full of people, and Eli was the quietest person. And that is just wacky.
His mom used to babysit me when we were young. We were, right after I was born. We met in church. Our families went to the same church, and his mom used to babysit us, and we've known each other ever since.
I met Eli through our daughter, Emily, because she had a new muffin.
I met Eli through work almost 4 years ago now.
I met Eli in college, our freshman year of school. Not really sure the exact moment we met. It was definitely during the first few weeks freshman year at UCM. And shortly after that, we kind of became inseparable for the next 4 years. And Eli was definitely a very important part to my college career.
Well, I'm his sister, so I met him probably when my parents brought me home from the hospital, and I know the story of him wanting to sell me at the sale barn. So our first meeting did not go great.
First time we met him was probably in the gym at the Fed. We were working out. Dude was huge, so it was like, hey, he's gonna work out with us. All right, bet. And it's just been kind of like that for a while.
Well, if I tell you, I'll have to kill you. It was on a secret mission. That's all I can say.
Through some friends, I kept seeing him at a couple get-togethers, and he was cute, and he was funny, and I stalked his Facebook, and I noticed that he likes outside and climbing, and I thought, hey, this guy's pretty cool. So we both kind of made it happen from there.
I met Eli by dating his hot sister.
How would you describe Eli in one word?
Wait a minute, hold on. This isn't for my birthday? Word. I want to say asshole, but he's not. I didn't figure this would be that tough. Damn.
Thick.
That's a thick ass boy! Damn!
Probably beefy.
In one word, confident.
He's just a big man.
I would describe Eli as loud, but not in the sense, I should say, not only in the sense that he's verbally loud, but he's just a loud entity. He's big, he's noisy, he's a large presence, and I feel like when you're in a room and Eli walks in, you know.
Beep. Beep.
Underachiever. Do better.
He's kind.
Big boy. Yeah.
We'll go with jolly. How's that?
Good. He's a good man. He was raised right.
What would you say Eli's spirit animal is?
Spirit animal? Spirit animal. Indoor cat is too easy. That's too much of a layup.
It's a house cat.
His twin that he ate in the womb.
But shit, man, he kind of is. He kind of really is. Like, I'm trying to think of another animal that would be better, that better fits Eli. But really, like an indoor cat, I just feel like it's like when he wants to be, he just knows what he wants, and he'll do that. And then when he's done, he's ready to peace out.
A bull.
Eli's a gorilla. He's a gorilla.
Let's go with a fox.
Again.
Red is the sunrise. I mean, if you've ever played soccer with him, man, that's a big boy, and you don't want to be around the ball when he's playing.
Eli's spirit animal is either the little cartoon octopi that he likes to draw, which he likes to draw those on everything, or the one-legged kiwi we seen in New Zealand. What the heck was his name? Sparky. That's definitely his spirit animal.
I think Eli's spirit animal is a llama.
I would agree with that.
Eli's spirit animal, I think, is a giant turtle because he connected with them so much when we were in Hawaii.
If Eli was a celebrity and you Googled, is Eli blank, what do you think the first auto search term would be?
You know what I want to say.
Is Eli rich? Or maybe is Eli famous? Pretty handsome fella. Maybe is Eli single? Is Eli a natural ginger? These are honest questions we need to ask.
I would say alive, because knowing the Eli that I know, I feel like celebrity or not, he's kind of a recluse. And with a lot of celebrities, there's you have to have a presence and a brand, and people have to be aware of you. But I could see him with his money and his fame, for whatever the case may be, just going home and not doing interviews or taking pictures or saying hello or anything. And I feel like a lot of people might Google, is Eli Clark alive?
Is Eli on steroids?
Is Eli rich?
Dude, this kind of feels dumb, but it's, I was like, is Eli Clark Irish?
As rich as he thinks he is.
I say that just because, like, he's got the red hair, so you'd think maybe. But then it's like, he doesn't strike me as an overly, like, Irish guy. Like, most Irish people are, like, so in your face about being Irish.
Is Eli really that big in real life?
The sexiest man alive.
The sexiest man on earth.
What do you think the doctor's first words were when Eli was born?
Where's his dad?
Shut the
It's a girl, but it has a penis.
Oh God, he's so pasty and just such a ginger.
Well, I guess it's a boy.
I would definitely say he may have thought that he's seen a ghost.
Man, that's a lot of red hair.
I don't know, I wasn't there.
I don't know either.
Oh, looks just like the last one.
That's probably true.
It's a girl! No, wait.
Which of your sons do you love more?
Nathan.
The other one.
What's Eli's catchphrase?
He hammers the Trump impressions pretty well. The sad.
Very sad.
I feel like he likes to sprinkle those in.
Slow is steady and steady is fast.
I'm a grown-ass man and I pay my own damn bills.
Kicking a puppy in a wood chipper.
That was Garrett's, not Eli's.
When we play PUBG, and whenever he hops into a car, he's like, beep beep,
Beep beep,
I don't know that that's necessarily his catchphrase, but it just cracks my shit up when he does that.
Probably something loud. Maybe a bit of yelling.
Hello! You want my fake ID or the real one?
How would you describe Eli's dance moves?
Bro, surprisingly nimble.
Non-existent when he's sober, horrible when he's drunk.
Like, I remember seeing him salsa dance, and I was like, it looked like he took a class. It was pretty good.
He is a really good dancer. He doesn't step on my toes too much, but what I really like is when he puts his hand right in the small of my back, kind of slides his hand down on my butt a little bit, and then does the dip. He's strong enough to hold me up. He's awesome when he dances.
Very white.
Definitely white.
Top. That's it. Nobody else, just Eli. And the Clark Shuffle.
I have maybe seen Eli dance twice, and I can say, much like myself, that it requires a certain threshold of intoxication before he starts dancing. And so if he's dancing, I'm probably dancing, and I don't remember.
Chicken dance.
Non-existent?
Like chicken. Like a chicken. You always did that chicken leg dance and dance. That was silly.
Can I? Ooh. That's the Eli. That's the special right there.
What's Eli's best quality?
Best quality? He will always shoot you straight. He will always shoot you straight. If you've got a question about anything, he is a no-nonsense kind of guy.
You know, I wish he had one good quality that we could pick, but unfortunately, he doesn't really have even one good quality. They're pretty much just all subpar.
Do better.
So-so qualities.
He's a genuinely nice guy.
But I would say that his best one, if we're going to give him that, would be his friendship, good heart, always being there for you, caring individual, those type of things. Other good qualities that he may or may not have. I heard once he was okay at lifting weights.
I feel like I always know what I'm getting when I've got Eli with me, and that's been awesome on multiple occasions.
I think his best quality is how good he is as a friend. And to narrow the scope a little bit, it's hard to put in words, but I feel like whenever I bring something to Eli, something I just want to talk about, whether it's good or bad, I feel like, and I don't know if he does this on purpose, but I feel like he always appropriates the right amount of time and investment and discussion that thing warrants. And whenever you're with your friends, it's very easy to sort of turn it into an echo chamber and reiterate the same things, like go in circles just to affirm your own beliefs or how you think something should have played out. But whenever I go to him, like I said, good or bad, he gives me what I would call the appropriate amount of time and engagement on it. And then he makes it clear that he's disinterested, and it's really like a healthy shutdown. Like, that's all the time we have for that. Time to move on, and I appreciate that a lot.
He's somebody that I could come to with just about any obscure problem, and he'd give me a pretty solid take on it.
Boy, he's got so many.
Creative ways to get out of work.
Creative ways to get the work done, too. Yes. You're talking about young Eli. We're old, so we're thinking young Eli when he was at home.
Eli's the guy that you want on your team at any moment. If you're in an argument, if you're maybe say on a soccer field and the other team wants to fight, you want him on your side. If you're having an intellectual conversation, you want him on your side, because I feel like one of the things I admire about him, I guess from that standpoint, is that he's willing to keep an open mind to things, but then he also knows what he stands for.
Pass.
Eli is very generous in all aspects.
I would say he's super personable.
Yeah.
Like, just from dating you, he's very welcoming to me and just wanted to get to know me and actually ask me questions to just produce conversation. I really appreciated that as a guy dating someone and meeting the family, so.
He's freaking smart, man. Sometimes too smart for his own good. He can ruin just about any movie because he can just figure it out from the get-go. It impresses me every time, but he's smart.
He just loves life.
Favorite memory of Eli? Man. That goes way on back.
When we brought Laura home, his little sister, he wanted to take her back to the sale barn and sell her. But then within 2 weeks, he would sit and read to her while she was in a pumpkin seat. And he would sit and read to her when she was a little baby. So he had to warm up to her.
This sad sack after his first surgery when they removed what was left of his twin.
My favorite memory of Eli is a night we had when we were about 17, and we were drinking up on a hill with a few other buddies in the back of a pickup, and he was so drunk that when his water bottle ran out, and he didn't realize that I filled it with vodka, and he took a big old swig of that, and that reaction is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I'll remember it till my dying day. That was great.
Really, two things come to mind. If I had to pick a memory specifically, it would be just working out for the corporate challenge. Eli's always been into strongman competitions and actually exercising and working out with an intent. I never really did that. I just kind of did whatever, and I enjoyed it, and it was fun. But it became really fun when he and I were working for the corporate challenge, and we were working out together with clear intent to try to place in corporate challenge for bench. And day over day, it was nice working out with somebody. We had the same idea, the same scope, and the same interest in getting things done, and we both had a mutual interest in each other's growth. Sometimes you feel like you topped out or you've maxed out and you can't do any more, and then there's a big white gorilla yelling at you, and then you're like, you know what, I think I could do a little more, baby. Let's find out. The second sort of memory that's not really a memory is just how much I enjoy when we play video games. We're not good at video games. We don't play video games to win. Rarely do we ever win. We really just get on there. It's like a soapbox. We get on video games, we talk about work, we talk about relationships, we talk about our interests, we talk about what we're working on currently in our personal lives, and it's really nice. It's just a place to air sort of what's going on with you. And even with that, probably 80% of it is just nonsense, just terrible jokes, stupid one-liners, and this and that. But it's a place where not only me and Eli, but all of us can feel comfortable sharing those things and sharing those dumb jokes. And I enjoy it, and I look forward to it every time it happens. So a memory as an idea, it would have to be that.
After living with Eli for 4 years and all the crazy things we did in college, say there's tons of them there, my definite favorite memory with Eli is when we went to New Zealand together and got to experience 2 weeks there as longtime friend. And I would definitely say that entire trip is my favorite memory of Eli, even though we didn't get to go skydiving. Another good memory of Eli, and I've got a lot of them. Most of them may or may not involve slight touches of alcohol, but I'll leave those out of there.
And he had 3 pacifiers, one in each hand and one in his mouth.
We used to drag our parents' desktop computers all the way over to Garrett's grandparents' house and hung out down in the basement and played till 4 or 5 in the morning all the time.
We've had a lot of super spontaneous things that always seem to be the funniest, like him sitting on a cactus or just deciding. My favorite one is having nothing to do. It had snowed so much and cars were getting stuck all over the place. And Eli was like a kid in the candy store. We went out and we were doing donuts in the streets and flying drones where we weren't supposed to be. Turns out you can't get the Western Auto sign. It's illegal. And then he took me up to Rosedale Arch. And I think that was the first time that we really kind of talked about forever. And that sticks around in my mind.
I don't know, one funny one is we were coming home from somewhere and it was just Eli and I, and he was probably in high school, and we were on this like really curvy, like hilly road out in Cleveland, and he thought it would be fun to like speed around these curves and hills, and then at one point he threw his arms up off the steering wheel, and I like started freaking out because I think I was only like 10, and a cop came by going the other direction. And I've never seen Eli zoom out of somewhere so fast because they saw him with his arms like up going down the hill.
In Hawaii, when we were riding the bikes down the mountainside, because it was like watching a 2-year-old all over again.
Probably his gently used, certified, pre-owned European luxury automobile. No, but honestly, Eli, you're a great guy. You're always there when somebody needs you. I'll never forget all the times that, if I just needed to get away, relax, I'll always cherish those nights just sitting at your house around the fire pit and drinking a nice cold whiskey.
When we're in a soccer league at Soccer Dome, and Sean, as we both know, has a huge mouth and talks some mad shit, and it's pretty good usually, and this time he got under the skin of a dude who was much fatter than Sean. And I think Sean probably still could have taken him, but if it turned into a wrestling match, Sean was out. And Sean said something quietly that was just meant for the bench, but the dude heard it. And he comes over and is like right up, and Sean's like, "What'd you say?" And he's like getting real, and Sean's just like, kind of like, I think he turned off. He's like, he just, facial expression flat. He's not saying anything. He's not backing down, but he's also not like engaging at all. And we all kind of froze on the bench, just like, what's happening? And Eli, without hesitation, comes over the bench, bodies him, and is just like, "What you gonna do, man? What you gonna do?" And just like immediately, like, in an odd way, kind of de-escalated the situation, because like, I felt like the dude clearly knew, okay, Eli's coming here to like stand up for his boy, and the ref kind of like, it made it easy for the ref to just go, "Okay, hang on guys," and no one gets like any blue cards, and no one gets in trouble or anything. And that memory kept popping up, and then I just loved after the match that everyone's like roasting the other team, as we always do, because we're mad about losing.
Man, I was like, I don't really have a favorite memory necessarily, but I always enjoy it when I come over and we're hanging out with the family, and he just cracks jokes about how rough his life was, and how tough your mom was and dad were, like what type of food they had to eat, and that sort of thing. It always cracks me up.
I'm sorry, what? I had a good time doing the Warrior Dash. That was a good time. That picture of all of us sitting at the table, like cheersing with our headbands on at the Warrior Dash, that's good stuff. I can kind of go back to that point.
I take the credit and the blame up to 21. After that, it's on him.
Of what?
Everything.
He's a good kid. He is genuine, and he is honoring, and he's just a loving kid, and he's always helpful, and he always helps his parents.
He spends half his life moving stuff for other people.
Okay, there's his catchphrase right there. He spent half his life moving things for other people.
Hey Eli, wanted to send you a message. I was checking out your Instagram and you're looking really small. Hey, does anyone have $5 so this guy can get some food?
Happy 30th birthday, Eli.
Happy 30th birthday.
Happy 30th birthday, Eli.
Happy Big 3-0.
Happy Big 3-0, Eli.
That's happy 10th birthday, happy 10th birthday, happy 10th birthday.
Happy 30th birthday, buddy.
Happy 10-10-10 birthday for you, 30 of them.
Happy 30th birthday, Eli. We love you, man.
30 years.
Happy 30th birthday, Eli.
30 trips around the sun.
Happy 30th birthday, Eli.
It's one more than 29. Which is how old we are.
Happy 30th birthday, Eli.
You're older than us.
Happy 30th birthday, Eli. You big dumb bitch.
It doesn't seem like it was 30 years ago that I had you, Eli. But happy 30th.
All right, John, let me know if that's what you need or if you need anything else.
This one right here is for all the cameras and all the
Where's his dad? I was in DC.
You said he's peachy. Remember?
Oh, no, I wasn't there.
God.